Welcome to the Tripoli Shrine Building. This place has always been a mystery to me. I never knew anything about this place until today. I heard of an organization that resides inside known as Demolay. I am going here to learn something new and satisfy what I would consider my thirst for knowledge. Demolay is an international fraternity, molding young adults to be leaders in today's society. I was raised most of my life in Milwaukee and never knew about Demolay. So I'm making my way inside to learn more from Gavin DeGrave, to temporarily quell my thirst for knowledge and show the world something they may not have known.
How you doing? Gavin DeGrave.
Darrell Patrick.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. And you are?
John Stewart.
John
Nice to meet
Stewart.
you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And who are you exactly?
I'm the State Master Counsel of Wisconsin Demolay.
The State Master Counselor. Okay, that sounds
It's the equivalent of like the state president of our youth. So he's the head youth for all of our guys, and then I'm the executive officer and I'm the head adult guy.
Okay, so he's the guy keeping all the young guys in line.
Absolutely. He's the one mentoring them and the ones that they're looking up to.
Okay, great. So, but I'm not mistaken. You're gonna let me go and see how the place looks and let me know what you
Absolutely.
guys do for the young people. Oh, that sounds awesome.
All right, well, let's go.
Oh, cool.
The inside of the Tripoli Shrine Building looks like a majestic work of art, beautiful banquet halls, and housing many artifacts from times of old from all over the world I dare not touch. Besides, there are signs saying do not touch everywhere. I have been past this building many times and have never once thought to step foot inside.
State Master Counselor. So you be the guy sitting at the head of the table and holding all the meetings.
Make sure everyone's in line.
Yeah, that's good. I remember him telling me that the way it goes is a lot like in the state or the government, which is pretty cool because y'all learning a bunch of cool, lessons that I was never taught when I was a kid. It was just go to school, finish school, figure out what you're gonna do next.
Yeah, there's definitely a progression where you just start off as a member and you get more involved and work your way up to the top, and that's where I am right now.
Okay. So you're gonna be going for president?
International wise, not really. Guys, I have other opportunities like school, but I'm really happy where I'm at, so I'm trying to do the best that I can here.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
I think he was asking if you wanted to run for president of the U.S.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that responsibility.
The building we're in is the Tripoli Shrine Building, and this was built in 1925, or at least construction started in 25. It was completed in 1928. And the inspiration for it was the Taj Mahal. So on the outside, you see that big dome, right?
Yeah, I got that.
From the inside, you come in and you can see the decoration. From the tile floor all the way up to the gold inlay. This was just a shiny jewel.
Get a lot of that.
Of Milwaukee architecture.
So this building's been around for almost 100 years.
Right, we're coming up on 100 years from the start of construction. A little more to get to what it was actually open. We rent out one space for the CDC, Children's Disability Learning Center. So we basically have the whole building. We have our different organizations that meet in here between the different the shrine groups, the Masonic groups, and the youth groups. The other organization we use here is the Children's Learning Center. So for children with dyslexia, there's an application process. They have only so many spots a year, but they can come in and there are tutors that will work with them over the course of several years from, I think as young as middle school, don't quote me on that, all the way up through high school. And I'll follow them all the way to graduation. And the ability for them to really change how they perform in school, perform in life is amazing. they become so much more confident in everything else.
Yeah, and you were saying like the younger children who really need the help, and like Demolay, you guys only accept the young adults from 12 to 21. So
Correct.
the younger children, you guys help them and get them all ready for life, and they can make the decision to join Demolay to get more skill.
Well, the Learning Center really is completely separate. There's no expectation that they're ever going to come over to the Demolay side.
Right.
This is something that's sponsored by the Shriners and Scottish Rite, and so that's just a service that we like to provide for the community as part of the whole Masonic fraternity.
In this room, like where would you be sitting at?
So as a state president, I'm normally up there.
Like in the middle seat, or
Yeah, in the middle seat over here. My vice president would sit there. He's all the way over here. And then around the room, you can see we have these precepts, which are cardinal virtues that we follow and really take into our day-to-day lives.
Oftentimes, what'll happen is the guys that sign up and say, I want to do that part. That part will have a meaning to them. Love of parents. I was an adopted kid. I was adopted by an incredibly loving mom and dad, and so that station meant a lot to me when I was a member of the organization. So that's why I just naturally gravitated to that. So this is our altar, and what we have here in the upper left-hand corner are school books, which represent that we recognize that the public school system, the free public school system in our country, is really the foundation of how great we become as a nation, because an educated person cannot be oppressed. They always are open to new ideas and striving for making things better. Predominantly our membership is Christian, but we do have members who are members of other faiths, whether they're Jewish, Hindu, etc. And so in those cases, the books of their faith would also be on the altar.
Okay.
The altar doesn't represent a specific religion, it just represents that we recognize a religious faith is an important part of a human journey.
So yeah, the goal is to just bring everybody together, not necessarily to have them try to join whatever specific religion.
Not
it's
at
more
all.
of, just being kind to your brother and
Exactly, and
and
recognize that all religions have value, and that
Right.
my Jewish brother, my Muslim brother, my Hindu brother are all brothers to me.
When I came in here, I couldn't help but notice you guys have swords over here.
We do. So the reason this is all set up in here is tomorrow night we're going to have our honors day, which is an award ceremony, recognize some of our outstanding youth and some of the outstanding adult leaders.
Wait, you got a sword here?
I do have a sword.
He does that. I told me you can't touch it yet. It's that one right there.
You know how bad I've been wanting to touch these?
So have I.
You can touch it. He can't.
I
All
can.
right, so you can pick up his sword. So that's his Chevalier
Is it okay?
sword.
Yeah, go ahead.
And so a Chevalier is someone
How close
who
is it?
is done outstanding work for the organization.
This
They-
is beautiful.
Yeah, they get their
I
name
wish-
engraved on it.
I wish I could get one of these.
So, so they'll be recognized. They're actually part of the Chevalier degree is they are knighted, right? So they take a knee, take a vow to continue to work for the greater good of the organization and for humanity, and they are then knighted with the sword and helped to stand up, and then are presented with that sword. They get to keep that.
Oh wow! And every time you look at this, you think about that. This thing is beautiful.
Yeah.
Gavin and John offered to show me some of the artifacts that have come from around the globe, something I am very interested in viewing.
I couldn't help but notice all this stuff. All this.
The
Beautiful
antiques, right? When members join, especially when the building was built, imagine building this large, there wasn't a lot in it. It cost a lot of money to put it together.
Right.
So members, as they would go out on their travels, would bring back things. And you have to remember, in the 20s, in the 20s, what was the big discovery in the 20s? King Tut's tomb. So you'll see a lot of things that have an Egyptian meaning, because at that time, that was like the Spice Girls of the time, right? It was a global phenomenon. So this is an example, a room that we would normally meet in, as opposed to the big dining room down there. So we have chapters throughout the state, and just like we had downstairs, the president or national council would sit officer, that main sheriff.
Come on, that him?
That's that guy right there.
Yeah, you're sitting at the head of everything.
Yeah, honestly.
And so he's got his core of officers. He's got a senior counselor and junior counselor that are like his senior and junior vice presidents. And they run their meetings the same way that Congress and the House or any other large organization does. They use Robert's Rules of Order, right? And to keep order when there's a bunch of people trying to express opinions and things of that nature. And it's just one of the skills that we're trying to impart upon these young men.
You seem pretty confident too.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to have. I mean,
I didn't start off this way. When I first joined, I was 13, very shy and timid, but throughout all these learning experience, I just opened up. I really showed my voice a little more. The confidence is a huge thing, and yeah, just all the things I got to learn is all thanks to Demolay.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, when I was growing up, I didn't really think to come to somewhere like this or do something like that.
Yeah.
But that's some awesome stuff, dude. I'm proud of you. I hope that, that helps you to, shine brighter and, take on more opportunities, more challenges, and it's just gonna make you a better person.
Yeah, everything we learn in here applies to outside the real world, so it's helped me so much.
Yeah, you're gonna be the president.
I'm gonna be the president.
After talking with Gavin and John, I'm really happy to know that there is something this great in my old community. I learned something new today, something that will remain with me as long as I'm here. Alright, so I'm sitting here at our and my taste buds are being taken for a ride. Please join me as I visit a restaurant known as Ardent in my next episode of Darrell Patrick's Worldly Eats Adventures.